Hello and welcome to the All Night Gamers Podcast, episode 79. Hi, hello, hi. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us for another edition of the show. How you guys doing this week?
Good. All right.
All right, not everybody wants. Don't go too crazy. Sounds like everybody's doing really well. So we got a bunch of release things we'll cover real quick, and a bunch of really interesting stuff. And also, we're gonna have a discussion about the WiiU and 3DS eShops at the end of the show, which I guarantee is gonna get spicy because Alex is here. So stick around for that. Let's jump right into it. So first off, Elden Ring got its official launch date after being delayed a month, so it comes out on the 25th, which is this Friday. Apparently, PC players get like a 6-hour head start to console players for some reason. Not really sure why, but
That's weird. Don't like that.
so yeah, if you're looking forward to that game, heads up. Although if you're looking forward to it, you probably already know about it. Also, releasing on February 25th is Majora's Mask on Nintendo Switch Online expansion. That is the 5th release, if I counted correctly, of Majora's Mask.
The original GameCube.
GameCube, Wii Virtual
It was on
Console,
the Wii.
Wii U
It's on-
Virtual Console.
And it was re-released on the 3DS, so this is 6.
6th. Okay, so 5th if you don't count the remake,
Right.
but 5th/6th time. So keep an eye out for that. The Uncharted movie came out last weekend, and as apparently the 4th best video game movie based on opening weekend sales, beaten by Sonic the Hedgehog movie, Detective Pikachu, and 2001's Tomb Raider. Apparently that was in the top 3. No, I didn't know about that. So yeah, apparently it's pretty good. Have you any of you guys seen it?
I've seen it.
What do you think?
Alex has seen it.
It's alright. I mean, it's like a fine movie. There's not, like, the plot makes sense and the stuff's fun. It's kind of like National Treasure and Indiana Jones in that way, which makes sense based on the games. Some of their changes from, like, the game stuff, though, I'm just like, so you get it in, like, the same place, but you just changed it because. So that's stupid. Just keep it the same.
Well, I'm sure there's a reason for probably money. Probably they looked at how the game did it and they're like, how the hell are we gonna do that?
Like character driven stuff mostly though, and it's like one of the characters' backstories they changed, and it's like, but why? You put her in like the same place, so what's the point in changing it?
Does she act the same otherwise?
No.
Oh,
So maybe
so
that's it.
I would
It's like
like
similar-ish, but people.
yeah, movies often change story a little bit enough to make people stay more engaged because that's how movies work.
Yeah.
It's really it really annoys a lot of people. Example, you right now. But like I always
You were
point
engaged because it was different.
To Apollo 13, the movie for that. There's a lot of stuff that happens in that movie that never happened. They just do that because it's exciting. Like when they all are like super cold and have been in this like ice box for 4 days and they haven't slept and they're dehydrated and they're all pissed off and want to kill each other. Like they end up like almost fighting, like screaming at each other and stuff and get really mad. But that never happened actually. They just did that because it's exciting. And like people are screaming at each other in the control room all the time. That never happened. They just do that stuff to make
Have
more
something.
people want to watch it. Yeah. So I'm sure that's why they did it. They thought it was the creative move, although probably not. But for a movie, maybe, I don't know. They do stuff like that.
I get it. But I also went to see the movie for $1, so my opinions on like
How'd you feel
I
about
had
it?
a good time. We had like 10 AMC like $5 off, and so it was my mom's birthday, so she had a free drink and a free popcorn that ran out at the end of the month.
Wow, that's like $75.
No.
I'm joking.
Yeah,
It sure does feel like it.
but so the ticket was like 10 because of what $11 from matinee time, whatever. So I just used 2 of the things because I don't know when AMC's like, well, you have 1 million sitting here, so we're gonna remove them or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I'll burn 2 and spend, $1.
Yeah. That's a yeah, dude. I remember one time going to for some reason they like really push Tuesdays to go see movies because nobody goes on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And one time I
Yeah,
went to
I
a movie
remember
theater where they had like half off tickets, and you could bring any container you wanted, and they would fill it up with popcorn. And I brought a cooler. Brought like a like a big cooler, and they got mad because one of my buddies brought a trash can. He went to Dollar General before the movie and bought like a kitchen-sized trash can, and they filled that up, so like 13 gallons or something. And then another one of my buddies brought like some huge Tupperware container, like a big bowl that was like several gallons. So they did that, and then they kind of gave the guy in front of me with the trash can a dirty look, and then I put the cooler on the table, and one of them was like, "There's no way I'm allowed to fill that up all the way." And the manager, they called the manager out and looked at it, and he was like, like at me, like straight at me, and was like, "Fill it up like halfway." And then the guy just said, "Screw it," and filled it up all the way anyway. I ate popcorn every day until it went bad. Like until I couldn't eat it anymore.
It's like, yes, we did say we would fill up any container.
Yeah, like you didn't put a limitation. You literally said there was no asterisk. I looked. I was like, because when my buddy talked about bringing the trash can, I was like, "There's no way, right?" And he did that, and we like looked everywhere, and there was no limitations or anything. So I was like, "Screw it, I'll bring the cooler." Oh, the cooler was objectively no bigger than the trash can was. Anyway.
See, that's one of those things where it's like, we have rules for a reason.
No, you're within the confines of the rules, but you're bringing the spirit of it.
Yeah, I mean, I checked. You did not put a limitation on it. I checked for a reason. This is why you put limitations on things, because if you don't, then people like me show up. Yeah.
You didn't put rules. Now you have to deal with me.
Yep. I can't remember what movie we went to go see. Horizon Forbidden West launched last weekend. Last Friday specifically. Apparently it's like super good. 88 on Metacritic. A lot of stuff. A lot of reviews I've seen said like that's how you do a sequel, and like it's really really good and stuff. So glad to hear that Horizon Forbidden West is doing pretty good. If you were skeptical about it, I guess you don't need to be anymore. Cyberpunk 2077 got its next-gen update for PS5 and Xbox Series X and stuff, and apparently it adds a lot of stuff, but it's... I saw a headline that was like, it's both a hot mess and a must-play, which is weird.
That's an interesting combination.
Yeah, but it adds ray tracing, 60 FPS gameplay, dynamic 4K scaling. It's got haptic feedback with the PS5 controller. There's also a new demo that lets you try out the next gen update before committing to buying it. Although, I mean, really, you can still. It's already so cheap everywhere because of how bad it launched. So. And also a bunch of bug fixes and AI improvements and stuff. I mean, it just makes it run better, and it's not so glitchy anymore, but apparently it's still a hot mess. I don't really know.
Amazing.
I can't talk about any of this. I've never played it.
I played like 2 or 3 hours of it, and it got so frustrating, and it was so tasteless. For me, anyway. I don't really get how some people say it's a must-play, but I guess that's just what's wrong with me. Anyway, a bunch of... Let me pull up the article of this. So yeah, a bunch of rare sealed SNES games and Genesis games were found in a random storage facility in Nebraska, and like we're talking just bins of factory sealed in like complete, obviously factory sealed, so everything. Oh my goodness, Castlevania Bloodlines, Contra Hardcore, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VI, Just like so many heavy hitters. Apparently not. Oh, so not only Sega Genesis, but also Sega Saturn, some 3DO games, and some Sega CD games. So yeah, I mean, if you anything 3DO is rare. So that's man, what
I
I
don't
would
even
kill.
know what 3DO is.
That's how rare it is.
Yeah, I don't recognize that. I usually can recognize like stupid or like stupidly rare ones. Let's see. Okay, I might have actually seen one of these like once. Parasonic. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it was one of the first 32-bit consoles. Um, it basically went the way of the Saturn way before the Saturn went the way of the Saturn here. Because of the PlayStation, so just really never stood any sort of chance.
Right.
That's why not
Amazing.
enough people know about it. So yeah,
Looks
if
like
you got a
VHS
3DO, man,
player.
you're a collector for real. No, that you
Yeah.
just have a lot of money. Um,
Or both.
Well, collectors usually have a lot of money.
yeah.
Well, until they spend it all. Collect.
I mean, you pretty much have to be a collector to want a 3DO because like there's just like there's some good things on it, but the amount of money you have to spend to not get a whole lot of content in comparison to
Like
some
the
other
Virtual
things
Boy.
yeah.
No, because at least the Virtual Boy, you could. There's like a weird community that makes like games, and the 2-bit, and they sell them. Now, why you would make your game as a Virtual Boy game?
I mean, if people make Virtual Boy games, they probably make 3DO games. I have to assume. That's just in another weird corner of the internet.
Fair.
Man, what I would give to find something like that.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Turtles in Time is a really sought after game for some reason. It's worth $1,400 factory sealed. Final Fantasy VI $1,200. Sunset Rider $750. I mean, hell, Chrono Trigger alone, like just the cartridge, is several $100s.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
man, and there's like
So-
multiple copies of some of these too. Like you could literally sell one and still have
A copy.
or maybe keep both of them. That's what I would keep one sealed for display and then open one so you could like experience what it's like to open a brand new Super Nintendo game.
Keep one sealed and go get the lock machines that you. That are
Yeah, like go,
impossible
send it
to
off
open.
to get it rated or something.
Mhm.
That'd be so cool. And so last thing before Collector's Corner, Nintendo actually super expanded the My Nintendo store. So now the My Nintendo store has all the like everything consolidated into one place. So not only the stuff, place where you can spend your coins you collect by doing whatever, but also like you can buy all the games and hardware, merchandise, everything's just like super conglomerated into one store page now. Which is
But
pretty
they've
cool.
also removed the Wii U stuff off there.
Yeah, we'll get there. From Nintendo's perspective, the Wii U never existed. So,
It's not true. That's how they treat the Virtual Boy.
no, they don't. There's proof.
Look,
Again. All right, so moving on to the Collector's Corner. This is the weekly segment where we go around about games we've been playing and stuff we bought and all that kind of good stuff. It's just going on. Gonna play reverse. I'm gonna go while it's fresh on my mind. So yeah, with the 3D, with the Wii U and 3DS shops closing down, I decided it was finally time to go ahead and bite the bullet on some Wii U games that I've been holding up on. Didn't buy anything digitally. I bought just some physical games that I've been wanting to re-add to the collection because I know that's all going to start shooting up now because of that.
I already have.
Yeah, I used to have, but we don't need to talk about that right now. So I got Wonderful 101 and a full copy of Super Luigi U, the Bayonetta combo pack, and a physical copy of Wind Waker HD. Also, I'm realizing now that I don't have a physical copy of
Twilight Princess.
DKC. No, I have that. I don't have Tropical
Tropical
Freeze, and I actually don't have Mario Kart 8. Now what throws me off about this is that the reason I didn't have a copy of Wind Waker HD or Tropical Freeze physically is because I got both of those games at the time when Nintendo was just giving away stuff to try to make people buy a Wii U.
Yeah.
So I got both of those games free digitally, so I never bought them physically. But I swear I remember pre-ordering and picking up a copy of Mario Kart 8 and like having the disc and everything. I swear I do.
I'm pretty sure you did.
I thought I did too, but I've got a digital copy. I never bought a digital copy. I don't know where that came from.
It's weird.
So yeah, I guess I'm gonna try to get a physical copy of those two things soon as well.
Yeah.
I booted up my PS3 last night for the first time in a while and played several hours of BioShock because it had been so long since I had touched that game. And I forgot how freaky it was. Like the dystopian setup that they have in BioShock really messes with me a lot more than I remember. I was very unsettled playing that last night.
I own BioShock and I've never played it because I'm like, all right, horror time. Horror. No.
Like
I like
it is scary a little bit. Like there's some jump stuff in it, but mostly like just the whole setup is so like the idea is unnerving.
I really like Infinite though.
I've never played that.
You haven't played the BioShock Infinite?
Nope.
You should.
I'll get there one of these days.
It's got my favorite party member in all of gaming for like in like that style of gaming where they follow you around.
Mm-hmm.
Because she can't get hurt and she chucks you items to help you in the fights.
More Apex Legends per usual. Actually, by the time this episode comes out, I think the final round of anniversary packs will be available, so FYI on that. Let's see. Finally beat Spider Solitaire and Clubhouse Games on Switch. I've been playing that mode for like 5 days. Couldn't beat it. Finally did. So that's my super lame one. Also a little Stardew Valley for the first time in several weeks. Oh yeah, my new Frame Meister came in, and I've been playing a lot with that. I streamed yesterday.
Yeah, I saw you post that. I was out.
I played a lot of Super Mario World. I almost ended up beating the game on stream, but I got really close to dying and eventually beat a castle check mark on my last life, like right before the Bowser level, and I was like, I can't do this. Then played some Pilot Wings too. And I think that's it. Oh yeah, I mean, so for the Frame Meister, I played like some Sega Genesis stuff in my Sega Saturn 2 because I got RGB cables for those. And yeah, that's it. So let's take it with the reverse. Alex, what's up next?
Okay. I played some of Tomb Raider, a little bit of Judgment, the Yakuza game spinoff, some Mario Kart, and a little bit of Pokemon. And then I looked into buying things, but didn't cave on really anything.
All right, Cameron.
So, what did I play this week? I played Mario Kart. Alex called me to get some help with beating or unlocking everything before the DLC drops. So, I spent about 4.5 hours clearing over half the time trials, and then almost all of the 200cc course cups, including a one run of Grant's most
Yeah, I
elite
gotta ask
cup.
you, man. I did that one, and I got 2 stars on 200cc. And the course that killed me was Grumble Volcano, not Rainbow Road. I don't get your problem with N64 Rainbow Road.
I
My
don't
problem
look.
with
Look,
Rainbow
I
Road
don't
8.
know. I don't know. I don't. If I knew, it wouldn't be a problem because I'd be able to fix it. I don't know what the problem is, but I do remember that because Cameron instantly snapped me when he won it with no caption, like just a blatant flex. Like, thanks, man. Thanks, like literally just bringing my trauma back up.
I would get your problem if it was 8. I hate 8's regular Rainbow Road. It's not fun. It's just an awful time.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Well, congratulations. It must be freaking nice.
It is.
Speaking of which,
It's
do you
quite
have
nice.
10 stars and 3 stars and special on 200?
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I beat all the. I got 3 stars on all the cups.
Gotcha.
All
I remember from that time is that you kept Snapchatting the
You're
almost getting, yeah.
Yeah, I
can't
saved them
remember
as
if you're
memories. I was getting them recently,
You were-
actually. It was recently, a couple years ago, that I was going through that.
You were pissed all the time.
I remember.
What else did I do? I went and found Super Monkey Ball's arcade cabinet at Disney's Art of Animation Resort.
Which is cool, but not the one we're looking for. You
It's-
gotta break into the rich guy's house, man.
Look, I'm looking. I thought that one was sold off, so there's a chance F-Zero is still on property somewhere.
Buy it from them. Be like, can I have this? Disney.
I don't think I can do that. I know.
Here's
I
$5.
know where it's not. I know where it's not.
The
It is
contemporary.
It is not the Contemporary, although they do have an arcade again. It's no longer a baby daycare thing like it was that one trip after.
So you
they
did
got rid-
check the
I
new
checked
arcade.
I checked Contemporary. I checked Art of Animation. I checked Porter Lean's French Quarter. I didn't. I forgot to check Riverside. I'll check that later. I have to go back to Port Orleans to find a cup for Haley, anyways. I think that's about all the resorts I've checked. There's a fair chance it could be over at All Stars. Maybe. It feels like it would fit in more there, anyways. I don't know. I didn't
I
do
found
much.
the really old post from when it was in contemporary
Yeah,
on Reddit. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But only a local is gonna have the time to search.
Well,
And-
guess what you are?
Guess what I am?
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah, I
this
didn't
doesn't
do
count
much
as
otherwise.
playing my Wii U, but I am doing a backup of everything now while I'm on this Wii U thing.
Mhm. Smart.
So the console said this might take over an hour.
The real problem is if it crashes during it, not the
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah. A lack of USB 3
Yeah, pain.
really gonna kill this. Although it's only 32 gigs. Like I'm backing up like 40 gigs total, and a few like 10 of them are from a different flash drive.
Right. There. Every week now, it just feels like, oh yeah, I did nothing. somehow.
I don't know.
Hey, it
I've been
happens.
preparing for a test.
Oh yeah, you've got reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't.
You know, we get off. I
Well,
mean, I don't know.
even when I play things recently, even though I'm like, I need to beat things, I'm like, I don't know what I want to play. There's like a feeling of something that I know I want to play, but I can't find
That's me every
what
day.
that feeling is.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Like,
I
what
did.
would make that feeling go away and I can play just other random things?
I need to get back to recording Pokemon because I want to play more of it, but I can only progress so far without triggering more story stuff.
Is this Legends Arceus?
Legends Arceus, yeah.
Oh,
I need more recording anyways because the channel's kind of dying.
you asked me, and I thought about this. I figured, like, you were like, I'll buy you a game. I figured it out.
Okay,
Yeah, Splatoon 3, because it comes out this year, right?
yeah. I think it's going to be about the time that I move out of Flamingo. I'm not staying here another 6 months if I extend.
We don't know when it comes out, right? It's just
It's summer.
summer.
I
I
assume
think that
early
one
summer.
would work, because then we could all play it, because I already know you two are going to have it at launch.
Oh yeah, no, I'm getting it digitally like I did Splatoon 2.
Splatoon is a must-have
Oh,
digital.
wait, did I mention that I I mentioned that last week, right? That I pre-ordered. That's what I forgot.
The Wii. Yeah, you mentioned you pre-ordered Wii
Switch
Sports.
Sports.
Wait, did y'all play the playtest?
I played the demo.
I did. That's what
Yeah,
That's what
so
I'm
I
played it.
didn't.
I played all 3 games.
I got
Oh.
super busy over the weekend. So
Well,
yeah,
it's
talk about
'cause it
that.
was
We
at
got the time
worst
now.
fucking times.
Yeah. I missed so many of them, and I only just happened to be at home because we'd been running around at like one of the times, and all the times are only 45 minutes, which I'm like,
Well, it's a
that's
stress test. That's
stupid.
fine. Chelsea's roommate Jess and I,
How much
Okay.
can we talk about though?
they're not going to check the podcast, I guarantee you. So we can talk about all of it. So I did the sword game.
Wait, what do you wield?
I was doing dual wielding.
I was also doing
I
dual
don't
wield.
understand. I think I need like a proper.
There's
like-
the explanation I got, especially I kicked everybody's ass, but the coolest one was me and the other person tied because they won because they
Uh-huh.
just the first match I won no problem. I won all 3 rounds or whatever. The second one, this person for the first match, I don't know if they'd been playing it a lot, but they already knew there's getting used to the controls because it is weird.
I mean,
And you
think-
can only hit
yeah,
whatever.
but
I did beat them, but so they beat me, tie. I beat them, so it went on to a final one because we were tied. The arena fell down and shrunk, so it's the center ball of. So I
Okay.
immediately just ran up to them and started beating them up.
love that.
So they fall off, and when it ends, they come back. The platform re-rises back up with them soaking wet.
Love that. That's awesome. I just don't fully understand how to actually do the get through the blocks because I'm already mid swing when they start blocking, so I got stunned
You've
every
got to
time.
hit
I
it
know,
in the direction
Yeah, that it's
they're
yeah. 'Cause
holding it.
you gotta cut it across to
That's why you go sideways the whole time because everybody holds it straight up.
That's
Or-
true.
Whatever the correct one is on that. So you go down because they're holding up.
So I played that, and then
Did you get to play strikeout bowling?
I did just
All right.
one.
I'm gonna be kind of mad about this one. So they invite you to a lobby of 16 other. It's you and 15 other people. I only got to play it twice. I got 7 pins and then 2 strikes, and I was the top one to get knocked off. everybody else
Got
had
3 strikes.
Yeah. I was like, what is this bullshit? The first time I was trying to figure out, because it's not like the Wii where you could just kind of
Cheese
throw it.
Yeah.
They're like, no, you need to follow the motion of and if you don't do it right, it will get mad.
Oh, so like you have to do the entire motion properly.
Yeah.
It doesn't just care when you release the ball.
Right.
Oh no, it actually does hate you.
If you try to release it early, it gets really mad and goes, start over.
So this is what happened. Hold on. Wrong. This is what happens if you lose while you're playing with 2 people. Your character just sits taking half the screen while the other person.
That's what happens if you lose anyways, though. You sit there and watch, and then other people file in to join you. Because the second time I lost, I played one, and I was trying to get used to the control, so it went badly. So I immediately left when I got to that point, and there was barely enough time, and I joined, and it put me in the next one, but it was like running out. So I was just like, you know what? I lost again because it was the 7 and 2 strike. So I sat there to see what would happen. It goes 16, 8, 5, and then 3, and then it decides the winner from those 3.
Yeah.
How do you determine who to knock off if everybody gets 3 strikes? What's the logic?
I don't know.
Get screwed?
Yeah.
It really is. Because, Jess ended up getting, she was the very last ball of the night. Because, the other 2 finished before she did. So I don't know if that would be, affecting it or what.
I got mad at the 7 one because it literally broke up my pins and put 3 in the bag.
Oh, gave you a split?
So, yeah, it gave me a split, so I'm like, man. And then I got 2 strikes, so I was like, there's a chance, and it's like, no, you're gonna be...
No, you're playing Nintendo Online. You're gonna be up against the sweatiest people of mankind, especially when it's freaking Nintendo Switch Sports.
So,
oh, yeah, absolutely.
Let's talk about the last one. You could play, badminton?
Yeah, I didn't get to play
Is that it?
I didn't get to play it.
It was okay.
Yeah.
I did. It didn't have instructions to tell you how to do it, so I didn't know how to switch between the 2. Because it had told me on one of them, it was like you could control both characters to do it. I had no idea how to do that part. Or it wasn't badminton; it was tennis because the ball could bounce.
Well, it was a ball, so it was tennis.
Yeah,
Badminton's not
yeah,
a ball.
it's got to be. Anyway, so it was tennis. Whatever. They put 3 games that are the same sport in this game instead of archery or
yeah, and then make us wait till fall for golf.
Yeah, right.
Still heated about that.
Anyways, so it was tennis. Somehow you can switch between the 2, but I have no idea how to do that.
So it's
and the
not
person
like
I was
where
up
you just
against
control both at the same time. You have to switch the player.
Right.
That's lame.
Because it's you and a ghosty you, so I'm pretty sure. And the ball would hit where they would have been able to hit it. So, yeah, you've got to control both, I think, by switching somehow.
So, what I'm hearing is you got to play 2 players.
Yes. But also, somehow you can run around the map, and I tried several different ways to get that. All I could get was just a simple, if you swung from this way, it would head towards that, and this way that. Felt awkward though, because while you can set it to left-handed, it doesn't feel like that one's designed to be for left-handed people.
Weird.
I don't know. Bowling's good. The sword one's pretty fun. Most people were using the charged sword for some reason though. There's 3 options: a regular sword, a charged sword, and the dual wielding. I really like the dual wielding though.
The dual wielding is 2 charged swords.
Then why would you? What? I don't get these options. I need it explained.
For
why
single
you would
wield,
pick.
do you get a shield?
No, nobody. Well, I think everybody I went up against had the charged sword, so
So you
I don't
either
know.
get one sword or two swords. There has to be
There were
some
three
benefit.
options.
So what's the
There's
benefit of the
something
single
there
sword?
I don't get.
So
I
you
don't
get
You
one.
get-
You get one sword and no shield, or two swords. There's something. There's something missing here.
Yeah, there is. I'm not because I had two. Most people had like the thicker sword, which means it would be the charged up sword. But there was a third option that was in slot 1 that was some regular sword.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, I am too.
All right.
Anyways, it's fun. There needs to be more of the Wii Sports Resorts games added quicker, like the airplane and frisbee golf. And golf really shouldn't be waiting till fall.
Yeah. Man, delay badminton. We already got tennis.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't understand.
it
the
drives me a
logic
little
of
crazy that there's
Three
tennis, volleyball, and badminton all at
are
launch. So
they're
half
essentially
your
the same game, which from a development standpoint, I get it. 'Cause
right, but include
but,
two
like,
others then.
yeah, it's just
Already have two other games at launch, so you have 8, but 3 are similar, and it'd be more fine.
yeah. I don't understand the logic of 3 of these are the same, but it's okay. Like you gotta be announcing more content for this game.
I mean, they
That's
don't.
all
It's
I'm
gonna
asking.
sell well for bowling. They should, but bowling's gonna carry this game.
This is true.
All right. On to the tidbits. We got any Faye?
Forging Bonds is
There was
currently active.
there was like a banner announced that announced the new Ascended character and like old characters
yeah.
that I didn't
There-
recognize.
They're currently doing that banner. Yeah.
They're all from Binding Blade.
All right then. The countdown from Capcom's website that we talked about last week was for Street Fighter 6. So that's the thing. New Street Fighter. I wonder if it's going to be any good or not.
It's gonna be Street Fighter.
It'll certainly be Street Fighter. I know there's people talking about how simplistic the new logo is.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Well, that's the
That's all I-
style right now.
Yeah.
Literally, I googled Street Fighter 6 just now. Top article from Kotaku. Street Fighter 6 announced, and WiiU is wearing sandals. Cool.
Great.
Street Fighter 6's logo looks like $80 clip art. Why are we so upset about these things?
Because there's not much known from the trailer, I assume. I didn't watch it. So we have to complain about something. The only thing we can complain about is the logo.
Yeah, like we got a trailer. It's not even rated. It's like who knows when it's coming out. But yeah, we got to complain about something, I guess.
We know nothing. Thus, we complain about the one thing we know about.
Your logo looks like clip art. All right. Atlas Soul Hacker Countdown announced Soul Hacker 2 for everything except Switch. Does that include Stadia?
No, but
Stadia.
Stadia doesn't count as an everything.
True.
It's weird is on the 3DS Soul Hacker 1 was re-released, remade, something like that. And I promise you it would sell better on the Switch than it will on the Xbox.
For sure.
Yeah, so Japanese company making weird choices though. Is anybody shocked? No.
Nintendo confirmed that Mario Strikers Battle League is being developed by Next Level Games, who made the original Mario Strikers. So that's
Yeah.
good. Big exciting. Happy
Man,
to see
I
that.
forget the Wii is made by a different one because my mind just plays every character going through like next level games.
Yeah.
Like Daisy and Luigi are so excited about it.
Detective Pikachu 2 is still a thing, still in active development.
This is
Supposedly.
the game, not the movie.
That makes
Yeah.
it a lot less exciting.
Right.
Gonna be honest on that.
No, that's valid.
Yeah, I was like, your excitement would be for the movie.
Yeah.
I could tell.
Yeah. Whoops.
Look, we're talking about a game that was $10 in Japan,
But was 40 here, right?
40 here,
Yeah.
and released alongside a $30 amiibo.
It just shows you how much they think they can make money off of us, and it kind of worked.
I certainly
Sold
bought the amiibo.
well, right?
I mean, decently. Yeah.
Well-ish.
It
It
well enough
definitely
to
sold.
warrant-
It wasn't because it's good.
well
It's
in
because it had
Japan.
Pikachu on the front.
It's because it. Yeah, it's a Pikachu. It warranted a sequel, I guess. I don't know. That's
I don't know. If it was $10 here, I would have bought it. It was
I
the
feel
fact
like-
that it was 40 then, and it's still 40 now.
Well, here's my thing, right? I very much feel like it just kind of fell off the map
Yes.
because I remember it being announced. But you know what else was announced that fell off the map? Pokemon Sleep.
Chibi Robo Ziplash.
No, that certainly was on. That certainly released.
Oh, I forgot. We didn't bring this up because we
Yo,
only
hey!
talked about it last night.
Hey!
They're giving home, or not home. We'll talk about home in a second because I figured out what they should be doing with it. Pokemon Bank. If you have it downloaded, when the eShops go off, it will be free for everybody. Like, there will not be the service of $5 anymore. You'll just be able to use it for free and be able to move the Pokemon from it up. Like,
Nice. All right, Cameron. What are you so freaking out about? What do we got?
This was literally just announced. Min Min Amiibo releases on April 29th. However, Steve and Alex are, due to a logistics and production delay, are being delayed.
Of the Minecraft amiibo. Man, if you had asked me which one of these do you think will get delayed, I'd probably be like, Min Min. Looking at her pose. Steve and Alex, they've already made the Minecraft figures you could buy like 5 years ago.
Okay, so
Yeah.
they release on the last Friday in April. Min
Well,
Min
Min
does.
Min-
Or she does.
Yeah, and then the Minecraft ones got delayed. I mean, the reasoning is fair, but you think they would have chose Min Min.
Right.
Yeah, that's really weird. All right, well, yeah, hey, you heard it here first.
Anyways, I mentioned it, so let's talk about it. I think home should be included with at least the NSO expansion pass.
I agree.
That's not a bad
It's
idea.
$15 a month for home. It would make sense to include it there. The only reason I could think it won't be is because it's owned by Game Freak and the Pokemon Company, and they want to make their own money, not share.
Yeah.
But it should be. It'd be like just another thing that would up the value of the expansion pass, and it feels like it would belong there.
It does. If it, based on how they're doing the announcements at this point, home should be included because it is an expansion of the storage, and it's $16 a year. I do
Oh,
not want to.
It's not. Got you. I had the numbers right, but I think you're right.
I don't want to pay for home on top of the especially the family plan. Like, that's a fair bit of money.
Yeah, give me some added value here. Already talked about this. Way Forward talks River City Girls 2, responding to fan feedback and growing the world. Cool.
It's like a long interview that they did.
Well, you can go look on that yourself if you like River City Girls. Crunchyroll is now available on Nintendo Switch. That's pretty cool. Too bad I actually canceled my Verb subscription because JoJo got moved to Netflix, and I don't watch as much anime as I want to anyway. Much less like enough to warrant watching anime on an anime specific platform. I used to for a while, but kind of got out of it.
It's fair. I'm still waiting to see what happens with Verb and Crunchyroll and Funimation since Funimation bought Crunchyroll. Yeah, that's the right logic.
Yeah. Sims 4 game pack featuring gay characters will be released in Russia.
No, this is the wedding thing we talked about. It's actually...
the one with the gay marriage in it? They're actually going to let it?
Yeah. It was EA had decided they weren't going to do it. They weren't going to attempt it, and then something caused them to be like, all right, we'll actually attempt it.
Yeah, they're going to war. It's fine. It's fine. They don't have time to deal with that.
That's what it comes down to. They're going to war.
So, hey, buy Sims 4 in Russia. I know you're at war right now, but you can scrape together some money to buy
you can
this
do whatever
expansion
you
pack.
want. You can do whatever you want to The Sims. Isn't that perfect for you?
Ouch. Retro Studios changed their Twitter header back to Metroid art. I actually saw that. And didn't they change up their job listings a little bit too or something? They messed with those a little bit?
I don't know if they changed their job listings, but yeah, they have like a blue tinted screen, and it's staring at Samus, so people think we're looking through the guy I bring Skrillex. Yeah, they're his because his visor's like blue, and his suit's blue, and we know he'll be the main villain. No, his suit. He'll probably be the main villain in 4 if they build off the hints from the 3 and Federation Force.
Cameron, did you sing that I'm Blue song because you think that was made by Skrillex?
No.
Also different.
I like
Skrillex?
referencing that. I like referencing it.
Okay. Just gotta clear that.
Alex mentioned blue too many times for me not to.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Now I see it. For a second, I was like, first off, wrong Skrillex. Also, double wrong Skrillex because he did not make that song for sure.
Grant's over
I was just like,
thinking,
my brain was melting. Yeah. I was falling apart at the seams.
Felt that.
Is there going to be a Persona announcement next week?
Yeah, because so we got the one in September. We got the one right after the Game Awards where they talked about Persona 4 Arena Ultimax in it.
Yeah.
And then in that one they were like, there will be one in February. We're almost done with February. There hasn't been one yet. So
okay, so yeah, tune in next week to hear about something Persona related. Who knows
hopefully.
what it'll be? Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, right.
Unless they're like, aha, we got you. Also, Capcom announced a fighting collection of 10 different games. Darkstalkers, the Night Warriors. Night Warriors, Darkstalker. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, let's try it again. Dark Stalkers, the Night Warriors. That's the first one. Night Warriors, Dark Stalkers' Revenge. That's the second one. Why do they do that? That is horrible.
Because they're sequels and they're named in Japan.
Vampire Savior, The Lord of the Vampire. Vampire Hunter 2, Dark Stalkers' Revenge. What? I'm not joking. That's what it says.
That's why I gave you this list. That's the whole.
And then Vampire Savior 2, The Lord of the Vampire. That's just the same name as the first one, but with 2 in it.
Alex, you're breaking
The
the crayon.
same subtitle. Why? This is
Sir,
so
I've got
stupid.
such a brilliant name. I love it.
Wait, hold up. What if Darkstalkers again?
That's like, imagine if Nintendo put out a game called Metroid 2 Samus Returns. Like, just combine them again.
Metroid 2, Samus Returns.
Metroid 2 Federation Force. Metroid Prime 5 4. Red Earth, Cyberbots Full Metal Madness, Super Gym Fighter Mini Mix, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, and Hyper Street Fighter 2. Okay, so those were a bunch of names that make sense somewhat.
So I recognize some of these names only because of other fighting game crossovers. Like, I've heard of Darkstalkers and the main girl in it because of Project Crosszone and Marvel versus Capcom.
I'm still mad about those names.
But I've never seen, like, I've only seen it as, like, Darkstalkers. Yeah, she's from Darkstalkers. I've never seen the title.
Darkstalkers or Night Warriors Darkstalkers. I can't say that word. I struggle so much with that.
Oh, these are classic names.
Why
though.
do two sets of 2 games have the same subtitle?
Because pain.
What is the difference between Night Warriors and Vampire Hunter 2 if they both have the same subtitle? What are they revenging? How do you revenge something twice? What are you revenging?
Capcom looked at their subtitles and went,
I'm
this
drunk.
is so good. We're gonna use it again.
I'm surprised
That-
Scott the Woz hasn't
bro.
made a bit about this.
Vampire Savior, the Lord of the Vampire.
Vampire Savior 2, The Lord of the Vampire.
Wow.
wait, guys, we forgot the most important game. Vampire Savior. Darkstalkers.
Yeah, Vampire Savior Darkstalkers' Revenge. Actually, that's Vampire Hunter 2 Darkstalkers' Revenge. But where's Vampire Hunter 1? Is Vampire Hunter 1 the Lord of the Vampire again? Or is that Night Warriors? That's only been used... Oh, no, that's been used twice. Yeah, they're like, okay, for this next game, we're going to make the subtitle the main title, and the main title the subtitle.
It's like, what are you doing?
I mean, can we not come up with, like, we only need, like, one more name. Like, we don't... it's not funny. It's stupid. This is so aggravating. This is not funny.
Yeah, we need Night Warriors, the Lord of the Vampire.
Yeah, we need Vampire Savior 2, the Night Warriors.
Darkstalkers.
And see, the funny thing is, like, all of those names sound like they could be in the list. Like, Darkstalkers, the Lord of the Vampire.
Perfect. Send it out.
Darkstalkers, Vampire
Hire
Savior,
me,
the Lord of the
Capcom, really.
Vampire.
But seriously,
Night
where's
Warriors.
Vampire Hunter 1? And then you gotta use...
The Night Warriors.
Wait, hold on.
Vampire Hunter.
Vampire Warrior.
Oh no, we
The
can just follow the
Darkstalker.
same naming convention. Vampire Hunter. Darkstalker?
I love how we've just made, like, the same joke 17 times, and they've increasingly gotten more funny. Alright, this list is making me have an aneurysm. Oh.
Okay.
Okay, old but still interesting tidbit for the week.
Wait, we skipped the rest of the games.
No, I read them out.
No,
You just weren't paying attention because you were
we just
seizing,
went
laughing.
back.
Yeah, we went back and made fun of those more. And they all have the same symbol too. That's the great part. I'd like.
Thank you, Alex.
I didn't put these symbols Capcom did on YouTube.
I like how you included them, though. It's very funny.
So, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess for 3DS is available exclusively through
Oh,
My
it's
Nintendo.
supposed to say it's some game. Hold on.
I hope so.
I copied this
It is
from
certainly
Reddit. I
something.
can't believe they left out the other half of the.
The Legend of
it's
Zelda
like-
2 Twilight Princess.
No, it's like PictoChat.
The Legend of Zelda PictoChat.
No, it's like. Here we go.
PictoChat Twilight Princess?
Yeah. Yeah, here it is. Or Picross.
Ah,
1,000 points.
good to
That's-
know. Yeah, dude, Picross games are awesome.
Yeah, but the only way to get this one is through
My Nintendo.
my Nintendo, which is why I brought it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that soon.
As- I was gonna say, the Legend
Yeah,
of
it's
Zelda
supposed
Twilight
to-
Princess for 3DS is
It's
a lot
not a real
different than
game.
Picross.
Yeah, yeah, definitely need to include Picross in there.
I don't know what happened to Picross.
I was like, when did they port Twilight Princess to 3DS?
It's like I'm
And
gonna.
why?
I'm literally gonna start shooting. I'm gonna start blasting.
No, it is Picross.
So, anyways,
It's 1,000 points, and it can only be gotten through my Nintendo. So it's like the Wii games that could only be gotten through Nintendo rewards.
Yeah,
Doc, Lewis's.
Punch Out and
Yeah.
Grill Off with Ultra Hand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of mad I don't have either of those.
Um,
But when that happened, I was a kid, so kid don't understand. The only way to get this game is through.
through an
It
online
is.
reward service that I'm technically
Yeah.
too young to use.
Yeah.
Um,
That's why I think it's stupid. They looked at the Super Paper Mario reviews and went, "Well, people don't like the story, so we're not gonna do it." Dude, the people who enter these things were kids going, "Give me the points for entering the game."
yeah.
that's so true.
What did you think of this
But
game?
I was-
It's pretty good. Why did you buy this game? It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Where did you buy this game? It's pretty good.
Are you going to tell your friends about this game?
It's pretty good. Yeah. What would you rate this game? It's pretty
It's
good.
pretty good.
All right. So one little rumor here. It's kind of confirmed already. It's like technically a rumor, technically not. So in the license information for Nintendo Switch Sports, there's stuff about Nintendo using AMD's Fidelity FX Super Resolution tech, which is basically kind of sorta all. You remember all the talk about NVIDIA, whatever it was, the thing that could like AI upscale games.
Yeah.
Mm.
Basically kind of that, but AMD's brand of it, which is weird because NVIDIA chips are in
already-
Switches, and like
Yeah.
Nintendo and NVIDIA are friends. Like you think they would just do it all in the same thing, but no. Fidelity
And we
FX,
said we can be cheaper.
they went for that, and I'm not sure. I think there was something about like you didn't have to pay to use it or something like that, which is weird. I'm not fully sure of that. Don't quote me. Like I'm not reading anything about it, but yeah. Oh yeah. So it reads here in the copyright. Permission is hereby granted free of charge to any person obtaining a copy of this software and associated documentation files to deal in the software without restriction, including without limitation the rights to use, copy, modify, merge, publish, distribute, sublicense, and or sell copies of the software. So basically, it's open source. Not really, like you can't mess with it, but it's free to use. So Nintendo's using that on Nintendo Switch Sports. it's basically like taking a slight dip in visual fidelity natively to then scale it back up using math. So like it's like cheating to get a little bit better performance, which is interesting. So like they've never used it anywhere else before. This is the first notice of it. Apparently, it's going to be available on the Steam Deck too. But yeah, so keep a lookout for that. They might be trying to use that more often to help Switch performance.
Interesting.
Apparently, someone leaked a new Lego City Undercover game.
Yeah,
Did you just find this? What's this about?
I just found it. Some Twitter leaker claims that there will be a sequel to Lego City Undercover from the Wii U that got ported to at least PlayStation 4. I can't remember what else. I don't know. I know that people like the Wii U version the best for that one because it was designed around the gamepad, so it uses like different features the other ones don't have.
All right, so two financial topics. First, we're going to revisit the console bracket that we've been talking about for a couple weeks here, and also then we'll get to the Wii U and 3DS thing. So first up, they actually have not updated the page, even though the next round of voting is supposed to start today. Like it should have already been updated. They might be waiting until tomorrow for something. Like the voting's already ended and stuff. Not sure what's up with that. So I can't show you a new bracket, but I do have the voting results, so we will know who's gonna fight. There's only 2 battles this time. First off, Super Nintendo beat GameCube 65-35.
We already knew that though.
We knew that was gonna happen. Yeah, Nintendo 64 beat NES 67-32. Game Boy Advance beat Game Boy 75-25. And Nintendo Switch beat Nintendo 3DS 91-9.
I hate that so much.
Got absolutely crushed.
That is so much on
I
the recency
get
bias.
the Switch beating it. I hate that percentage though.
Yeah, that's a really rough percentage.
Like,
But we already talked enough about that.
we knew that was going to happen.
So,
I didn't think it was going to be that.
Next matchup. First one of the
Yes,
2 today is Super Nintendo versus Nintendo 64. Arguably the pinnacle of 2D gaming versus the first real foray into 3D gaming.
3D gaming. I'm gonna have to give it the pinnacle of 2D gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the best or the most, or like one of the most unique is kind of the debate here, but it's kind of easy to pick. I mean, at least for me.
Yeah. No.
I've already talked in great detail about my sluttiness for Super Nintendo. So. The other battle is Game Boy Advance versus Switch. This breaks my heart because I don't really want to have to pick. This is my one that's like, man, it's like the repeat of the Super Nintendo and GameCube. Like, I really don't know.
Well, the problem is we know the Switch won. Like, even I don't know if because you said the results are out. I haven't checked that. There's no way.
The result of the last one, the next bowl isn't up yet.
Yeah, the next bowl hasn't even started yet, even though it's supposed to start today. So.
We know the Switch is going to win this one.
Probably, yeah. But I mean, like, I hope it would be a closer fight.
Yeah, but,
I feel like people look
3DS...
at the Game Boy Advance definitely more fondly than they do the 3DS. If not for nostalgia, if not anything else.
I hope so, because the 3DS did not deserve 9%. It deserved way more.
It should have been like a close fight, like
closer. Like I would have accepted like 30-70.
Yeah.
I did not expect anything versus the Virtual Boy
to go under double digits. Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, I think this is a pretty interesting comparison because both of these machines can be argued as port machines.
Yeah.
Game Boy Advance
Yeah.
had a ton of ports,
And the
and
Switch,
Switch also has a ton of ports.
Yeah.
Um, so, Switch has better Zelda and Mario, I think. Especially
know if
Mario
that's
because
true.
Game Boy Advance just has ports of old Mario games. Not to say that the
I'll give you
old
the
Mario, yeah, just because there's a new one. The Zelda one's up for debate,
Yeah.
but I mean, if you put the original title up against the original title, it's really hard to pick Minish Cap over the Breath of the Wild. Minish Cap's really good. Like, don't get me wrong, I love that game. But I think it's got to beat there. But then you can go back on the other way and say, well, you got Game Boy Advance has arguably the best Pokemon games of all time on it. It's up for debate whether it's those or the DS games. But
if we're going by games, man. All right, let's see. There's 2 Metroid games on the GBA versus the one on the Switch.
But one of them's a port on the GBA. I mean, it's a remake.
It's a complete
yeah, it makes it
redone.
a lot. Yeah, we can count it, I guess. But that's going to be hard because we don't even have Metroid Prime 4 yet. So like what if Metroid
but
Prime
it's
4
Dread
turns out to be
versus
garbage?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we do Dread versus Fusion, that's a tough battle.
They're direct sequel.
Yeah. 4
So
versus 5.
Yeah. Specifically, they wait. You should play 4 before you play 5.
Yeah.
Okay, that one I'm not picking between those. I'll pick between the Mario Kart games because it's the easiest.
Oh, that's not even fair.
What do you like better? Super Circuit, which had 20 original courses and all 20 from the SNES. Is it 20? Maybe. I don't know. I'm just picking numbers. That might be right though. But it did have all of the Super Mario Karts. Or do you like 8 Deluxe, which is the best part? I don't want to pick between these. There's several of these that I've been like, I don't want to pick. I don't.
Yeah, I think I would pick Fusion over Dread personally, just because I like the idea of the disease in Fusion, like you becoming one with it. I think that's just a little bit cooler of a premise to me. I don't really think either game plays significantly better than the other in any certain way. Like the mechanics are different, but only slightly. Like they're both 2D Metroids. There's only so much of a line you can draw.
I mean, Dread, you can just feel the improvements from the years, things they've learned, things they added. Like they brought in you can beat up enemies with just hitting them with your arm.
You can parry and stuff.
Yeah, but they made it way better than Samus Returns.
True.
Where you have to stop and do it.
And I think really probably what's so hard for me is Game Boy Advance has my nostalgia more than anything else because that was like the first console that was actually my own, and so when I played the most as a kid, and we already had this discussion before.
Really, really hard with the Switch, where it's like, do I actually think it will go down as one of the best? But it's hard when it's just out and we're still seeing what it's gonna get. That isn't just ports from the Wii U. Well, because we're still kind of in that lane.
Yeah. And while the Switch is probably better overall, I'd say, because they're both portables, and you can obviously give the Switch is better because it's newer thing. I hate to use that argument, but it's something to acknowledge. I don't know. I mean, I would probably pick GPA just because I'm a stingy nostalgia boy, but this is kind of like Super Nintendo versus GameCube, where you could honestly go either way, and even more so. There's reasons to pick either one, and I don't think your reason is going to be bad. Now, if Cooper was here, I wouldn't say that, but I don't know. I would probably pick Game Boy. Probably not going to win, sadly, but Yeah. What about y'all? What would you pick?
That's hard.
Really don't want to pick it, but I'm probably going with Switch.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you really like. It's such a. This is definitely probably the hardest choice so far.
Just feels weird to compare like the handhelds to.
Yeah.
It's just hard to debate the currently active console in a best console ever tournament because you can't.
Hey,
look
what do you
at
think's
it
the
in
best?
its entirety.
The new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be the best looking one because it's the newest. It's got recency bias all over it, which is why it's going to win. But that's why you don't throw the new one in the best of all time.
Yeah.
I don't care if
it's probably going to win this contest.
But like, if you were to do a contest when the new console releases, that console would win. It doesn't matter what game it's.
No, there would be a slight. But let's say the Switch starts. That whatever the Switch successor does gangbusters like the Switch. Okay, it's not like the every other console generation.
Yeah.
There will be a slight window where the Switch would overtake the new one, even if it was doing gangbusters.
Yeah, but after, because this is year 5, like, it's hard to say that, like, it's still recency bias affecting it, this whole.
Yeah,
Especially
and
with the
also it's
new game.
If this was a normal Nintendo console, we'd kind of be at the end of the rope here. We'd like maybe have one more year before the next
or
thing.
Nintendo's like, no.
They're like,
no, this thing prints money.
They're like, we already made this
like,
mistake with the
only...
Wii U, and this one's actually like, not just we've experienced like everything it has to offer, which is where I think Nintendo usually runs at the end of the rope. They're like, have we done everything this can do? Have we like overwhelmed this console with its capabilities? And I kind of feel like they didn't reach that point with the Wii U, but the Wii U they went.
Well, that article I sent put something in Discord several days ago. They had already decided, in 2014 that it just wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
They're going to put out the stuff that they're supposed to put out on it and just say screw it.
Which sucks, but you can feel it, like during that time.
Yeah.
But 2014 is so weird because that's the year we got what? Mario Kart, Smash, and Splatoon.
Yeah. Well, Splatoon 2015.
Splatoon was 2015.
Yeah.
But that's the thing though. Like 2014, 2015 was the best time for the Wii U.
Yeah. See, and we thought that
and then
was.
If we got Breath of the Wild when it was supposed to.
Yeah, and like we thought that was them doing their best to try to make it okay, but now with the retrospect and reading stuff like that, it's like, oh, they were just doing that because that's what they're supposed to do, and then immediately starting to move on.
They're like, we gotta...
Yeah, put out the staples so people don't get too pissed at us, and then we'll just try the next thing.
Yeah, because it didn't even get its own exclusive Zelda game.
It did, but they moved.
It did, then it didn't.
Yeah, and it has... Well, right now it has 2 HDs exclusive to it because they're laughing at the face of Switch owners.
That's true.
Pain. And all right, so on to speaking of the Wii U. So my question was, with the Wii U and 3DS eShops closing down, are you worried about losing access to some exclusive games for a while? And do you think Nintendo not aiming to provide new access to this content, at least in the immediate future with what they've said, is toxic to the gaming community? Not toxic, like they're not gaslighting me, but...
Okay, so with the first one, absolutely, but that's more because I've seen how they do every other console.
Yeah, we've seen this happen before. So.
Yeah. Look, they went, we're porting the Mario collection. Alright, but not Galaxy 2.
Why not?
What the heck? What's it got the Galaxy 1 didn't. Besides Yoshi, are you telling me Yoshi prevented? I don't get it.
Apparently.
So yes, I'm worried about that because especially since I'm like, damn, all these prices are gonna go up like crazy.
That's just why I've already started. I already bought a couple
Yeah.
of those, and I've got a couple more I need to go ahead and just bite the bullet on. Because otherwise I'm going to regret
But
it.
I don't
Because the
have
Wii is going to be
infinite-
like the next freaking 3DO or Saturn or Dreamcast or whatever. Just like super expensive crap.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Devil's Third already.
That one was already crazy though because they were like, we printed 1,000 copies, and it's like,
That's not
Okay.
how the game. There's the first worst choice, right behind or right ahead of, exclusively selling Chibi Robo, Park Patrol at Walmart.
Oh no. I feel like Scott the Woz is just gonna bust in one of our doors any moment and start screaming.
well, probably won't be Cameron since he's the furthest away. So
So what about the second one? Like, what are your thoughts on Nintendo saying like they don't have plans to access or like provide content in other ways?
So I think it's dumb, but all the others do it as well. I don't really
Nintendo's
think
just
it's
the worst about it.
toxic. Hold up. They're the worst about kind of giving it to consumers, but they're the one that's able to actually keep up with their game data. They haven't lost it like there's
That's
stories of every other company losing games, and they're like,
Well, what does
well,
it
we want to
freaking matter if they
re-release it.
keep it if they're not gonna let me buy it?
Fair.
I don't understand their logic on that, but
Because Japan. We've talked about this on how over in Japan it's really easy to get games secondhand, and they're a lot cheaper.
That is so
okay,
stupid.
but like, I look, you could get Chibi Ro or not Chibi, QB the amiibo for $8 when like from a secondhand shop because it wasn't selling, and now it's like $200. The existence of the secondhand market does not mean I can get it for cheap.
But I said it's a different culture.
Then I'm
yeah,
so
but
sorry,
screw the culture. You know what also is popular in Japanese culture? Making money.
No, it isn't. They don't care about.
Apparently not.
Have you seen their choices?
Yeah, they made the Wii U.
Yeah, I don't get how you can simultaneously go, we're not going to sell you this, but also don't steal it. That's the annoying part. Like they get so
I can.
they get so upset that sell it to me. I will pay you money. What do? You're a company. Like I get it. You're trying to provide new experiences and you're trying to innovate and all that stuff's important. I totally understand that. But that doesn't mean that all of these old experiences should be so difficult to play.
It's fair. I think the one part I really would need Nintendo to catch up on. People are like their Wi-Fi. I'm like, I don't care. I don't play Wi-Fi games. I need them to get to the future-proofing part. Like, you own this then, so you can play it in 20 years on the...
Yeah, like that's like, and before too long, they're probably going to shut down the whole re-downloading thing entirely. That's part of the rumor. Is
I've seen that rumor, and I'm going to call bullshit because it's been 5 years since the Wii Shop went down, and you can still re-download everything you owned then.
yeah, but I thought the rumor was including that, like all of it. Just
No,
going
it
away.
only says
Oh,
WiiU and 3DS. Now, if it is, that's gonna suck. I'll be very mad if I'm upset, and or wrong, and I'll mention that I was wrong. But I just can't see them being like, "Yeah, we're gonna pull your ability to re-download your software."
what the first thing that bothers me is that there's a lot of stuff on Virtual Console for NES and SNES that's still not on NSO. That's the first step. Why is that not there? Why did we stop? Why are we getting garbage ass
actual ones they own or third parties? Because I can explain.
The third party thing's a different story, but there's stuff on the.
They're all like,
console
I
that's
can
just
sell
not
it
there,
by
yeah.
myself.
Yeah. Like I understand why Final Fantasy games aren't on NSO.
I hate it, but
because they've got the pixel remake. Like I get that, but like there's so much stuff that just it goes back to the trickle feeding thing. Why are we doing this? Like, because at the rate we're going, the Switch is going to be dead before you can even get close to putting the amount of stuff that should be on a platform on the platform.
That's why it needs to be switched from Nintendo Switch Online to Nintendo Online, and it just
but
carries over.
well, yeah, I agree.
No restart again for the
I'm so tired of the restart.
fourth time. All right, what are we? We're restarting Super Mario Bros. What the
Yeah.
heck?
Yeah. Don't worry. You can buy Super Mario Brothers.
We got a surprise for you.
I remember
Super Mario Brothers,
seeing a video
lost
of
levels.
someone got like every Nintendo console from like
and put Mario
and,
on
like,
it.
Yeah, like home and handheld. You could play Mario Bros on every one, but for some reason you just like why?
You can play it. Like, okay, I know you well, wait, is there a way to directly play it on the GameCube? Like, I know Animal Crossing has it through the
probably
e-reader
not a direct. I mean, the only way that would be more
Did the
direct
GameCube
technically
get
would be
All-Stars?
no. The only direct way I could think of, and it's not really, it's like a little more direct than Animal Crossing, but not really, is the Game Boy player.
Yeah, but
But that's
Game Boy.
that's not a GameCube game.
Yeah,
that's a
so
Game Boy game running on a GameCube.
the most direct route to play it on the GameCube.
Do a
would be
GameCube game is Animal Crossing.
GameCube
Yeah.
Animal Crossing. Can't play it on it. Wait, can you? You can't play it on N64, right?
He said you could play it on all of them, so yes, you can play it.
Okay.
Where do you play it on N64?
I don't know. But you
Maybe
said
that might be the one. They had like, well, it had like all. It was like 15. I don't know.
It's
NES,
every single
SNES.
one with the screen.
Yeah.
Like, you can play it on all the handhelds. And
We might have discussed this before, like the same idea, and I looked it up. I feel like it should have been. Maybe that's like the one. Maybe you're right on that. Like, there's one, and it's 64. Because I'm like, All-Stars, and I'm like, no, because All-Stars is
on the
a
SNES.
super, on the SNES.
And like, I'm glad we have Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings now.
Yeah,
but
I mean, the fact
I
that
mentioned this when it came out. Like, why did it take this long?
we should have already
I
had.
have no idea.
We should.
I
Have
know
had
they-
Earthbound beginnings at. The
I know
start.
they had to ask the guy because he owns it.
Yeah.
But like, he has no problem with people playing it. He wants people to play the game
Yeah.
he made.
Why?
He's like, I want 3 out there because I want people to play it. This man's like, what do you mean he would have problems? No. Here you go.
Yeah.
Go.
I mean, and I mentioned this in the chat when Jacob posted that meme about it that actually spawned my thought on this. But like, that's the one reason I don't really have a problem with emulation on a lot of things, is because they don't actively offer a way to play it. Like, I get if you want to be a purist, then there's a secondhand market, but you as a company shouldn't recommend the secondhand market, because you're gonna get a lot of people really mad because they're gonna get ripped off.
I've said
And you're
before,
making people
most
spend
of my
a lot-
problem
What, you good?
with emulation isn't the old ones. It's the
Yeah,
using
the
modern
stuff
day
that you can
and-
actually buy.
Yeah,
Like, if
and
something you
being
can buy, that's
it's
one
not
thing.
piracy. Or
Well,
no,
what the
I
hell is
literally
that?
saw someone recently say, piracy is not stealing. Okay, you're gonna have to break the
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna need some
It's
assistance
got
understanding this a
pirate
little bit.
in the name. What do you think pirates do?
Yeah. Uh, that makes
People
me
are
so
dumb.
mad. It's just so unnecessary. Like, why are you so adamant on not doing this? Just like so adamant on
It's like my
not doing it.
biggest problem with Nintendo's is one thing, but Sony's the same way. So it's both because they're
Well,
just
everybody does it to some degree. Like, I'm not gonna get that. I'm not gonna say that Nintendo's the only person or company with this problem, but Nintendo makes me more mad about it than anybody else. They sort of like,
Microsoft killed their backwards compatibility
well,
program.
it's like it's still there. They're just not gonna add these new stuff to it, which also
Okay.
has its own thing.
It's the same.
Yeah, like, which yeah is the same vein, but they did like a lot of it.
Yeah, it's like 200 games, 100 games, something somewhere in there.
Yeah, and all we got, and like before Earthbound, I mean, like, let's not forget all the crap that we've been getting on NES and SNES online for.
Japan's been
past
getting
for-
all this like cool stuff because it was
I bet they
exclusive
freaking
and-
have.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the heck?
Like, why am I just expected to buy a Wii U if I didn't already have one, and buy all the stuff I could
Well, it
potentially want
doesn't
to
matter
play
now.
on it?
The
and then-
Wii U.
The Wii U's dying.
Yeah, I know, but I'm expected to buy one and then buy all the stuff
you
I could
want
want
to
to play
play-
on it before it goes down, and that's just gonna be it. And
Either-
like,
Well, it's either that or you buy it on the Switch. But like, if you weren't enticed enough to get it, like, and I've seen this argument. Like, if you weren't enticed enough to get the games for, like, get the Wii U for those games, what's enticing you to buy said game on the Switch? Or like,
It
just
came
put-
out
like-
faster,
They came
and
out
there
faster!
were more titles
yeah,
in
but
between the releases.
like, you don't want to have to buy a whole platform just for some retro games. Like, that's a big
Yeah.
expense because a lot of gamers also don't have the money to buy multiple consoles. And like, obviously, you're not going to pick the one that it can do retro stuff, but not much else. And I'd rather experience new things, and I still have methods of playing old things. Like,
Hey, that's why I won't buy the Xbox. Since Microsoft's made their big deal about, well, you have what, Microsoft, some Windows builder, right? And people have figured out how to like use emulators on that, so they're like, you can play everything on this. But Microsoft still's like Gears of War, Halo, and Forza for their new experiences.
yeah, I mean, I could go on and on about all companies in general not releasing it. Specifically stuff like, well, we've already covered the Pixel remaster garbage not being on anything but besides PC and mobile, but also stuff like,
That's still so dumb. PC already had
yeah.
it, and mobile already
Why can't
had
we?
it.
Why can't we work out something with Square? Why can't we just have Super Mario RPG and Chrono Trigger and like all the other stuff that they've made that's just so good? Why does this have to be such a problem?
It's because Square's got an actual development problem though, where they're like, we did it.
Yeah, and like this, that's something you
Square
can't blame Nintendo entirely on, because obviously Square has no interest on putting their remasters on Switch, and not even remastering something like Chrono Trigger, which is like, screw the secondhand
Man.
market for that. We just talked about it on the thing where they found a bunch of things. Like
The-
a cartridge is $400 to $600.
Yeah, the Super Mario RPG one still hurts my brain. I can't figure out why it's not.
Yeah. If
on
we
there,
we
except
figured
Square
out Banjo
saying
Kazooie,
no.
why can't we figure out Super Mario RPG? It's not that different. It's a different
Unless-
company.
They're remastering it or remaking it with the new
Oh,
engine.
oh, cool! I can play it on PC and mobile. I bet. Oh.
Super Mario RPG.
Oh no, I was thinking about Chrono Trigger.
They just
Are they really?
Well, I
the
think
new
they
one's a
can't-
sequel, right? Yeah, because it came out second. Chrono Dreamer or whatever.
Chrono Cross.
you know what's
Cross
gonna release.
Dreamer Edition. That's it. Yeah.
Hear me out. You know what's gonna release before any of the Square Enix RPGs that rightfully deserve to be re-released.
Earthworm Jim.
Pikmin 4. Earthworm Jim is also a good guess.
What'd you say? Earthbound 4?
I said Pikmin 4.
Pikmin 4.
No, you heard Earth, and I was like, oh, Earthbound.
I did hear Earth.
It's because Grant said
Earthworm
No,
Jim.
I thought I heard
Grant
Earth
said-
come from you, and
No,
then
Grant
Grant
said
said Earth.
Earthworm Jim as I said Pikmin 4.
Earthbound 4.
I don't know where you got bound from.
I was like, we're talking about a Nintendo property with the word Earth, so they're skipping 3 for all the controversial reasons and making a 4th game.
Earthbound 4 Vampire Hunter 2.
Earthbound 4 Dark Stalker's Revenge.
Yeah. Mother 3 Earthbound 4. That's good.
This show is just on a recursive loop.
Please.
So I don't really think it's toxic, but I do think it's dumb.
I think it's toxic, but I don't want to use that word as like they're the only toxic ones. I'm not trying to say that. I do think it is it's bad because then you actively encourage people to find other ways to play it, i.e. illegally. But what else are they going to do? Because like hell they're going to buy a $500 Chrono Trigger cartridge or something. And they have no other way to play it, although Chrono Trigger again is a Square thing. But like, yeah,
It's just the thing that
the gaming community is, or not the gaming community, but the game makers are toxic. Gaming developers are toxic. That's my point.
Yeah,
very toxic.
It's just something they all need to step up on, and this is including like Steam, because people are like, "Don't look, the old games you can buy them and play them today." Yeah, they don't run.
And I don't want them on PC. If I want them on PC, I can just get an emulator. Like that's the whole thing.
I don't
If I'm gonna get on PC, I'm gonna emulate it. Why am I gonna pay for it?
There are like several games because they were made with the old versions, XP 7, whatever. They're sold on Steam and you can buy them today, but you can't play them because they don't run on this operating system.
I don't know. My closing statement is: let me give you my money. Why is that not enough of an enticing aspect? That's the whole point of what we're doing here. I pay you, you give me the games.
No, all I'm asking you
So
to let me pay you for your old game.
I want to ask
Which
y'all
I
this.
actively do.
Maybe y'all have figured it out. I've heard, so you can't add the eShop cards. That's what I'm looking for. In August.
Yeah.
But some people are claiming if you add monies for the Switch,
Yeah.
it will still work through the other two
It
through
should.
May.
The thing is, my password's too long for the WiiU or the 3DS. Not that I have access to either from here.
I didn't even know that could be a problem. But that is interesting.
It's at least too long for the 3DS.
That's a weird limitation.
Yeah.
So is your 3DS not logged in?
My 3DS is not logged in because my password is too long.
Then you should probably contact them while you can.
And do what?
Ask
Cry.
for help from the...
I mean, I have everything. I think all my 3DS stuff is physical.
Also, I just had the thought of like the Nintendo ambassador thing where they put Game Boy Advance games on 3DS, and then later when people were like, "Hey, do that again," like for everybody, they're like, "Well, it's too hard. Can't do that."
Okay. You know what's really funny though? I saw a comment about this, I think on Reddit. because I got to do something at work.
Yeah, not work.
Oh,
God forbid.
I do want to mention.
I would
this.
love to do work at work. Guess what? They don't have any for me. But people were talking about the fact that NSO is the Netflix style thing that people complained about wanting for over a decade. We just didn't get what we wanted. Slow drip feed is not what we want.
That's how Netflix did.
Yeah.
Or did.
Yeah,
but
Nintendo
this
was
is too slow.
Yeah, see, Nintendo was like, okay, and then they didn't specify they were going to do it the Nintendo way, which is
Nothing.
almost perfect, but something really stupid. Which is a lot of what game companies do. There's like every time they do something that we ask for, they're like, okay, we're going to do it almost like you want it, but there's going to be one thing that's really stupid.
I really hope that rumor is about Sony is true. The one where they're combining Plus and Now into one service, and the rumor claims it'll be like Nintendo's thing online.
Yeah, like, remember that thing that, like, we're gonna do it just like Nintendo did, including the thing that you hated about it. We're gonna do that again.
I kind of hope it's true because it's the funniest thing. I do want to talk about these, though, since they'll be leaving when it goes down. Super Mario Advance 4 has all the e-reader levels on the Wii U.
Must buy.
Mega Man Battle Networks give you the battle chips that were exclusive to multiplayer. You had to play with friends in the GBA version. Yeah, but in the Wii U one, you can just have them.
Nice.
Here you go.
Here you go.
That's for all the networks games, which there's quite a few. Fire Emblem, the DS gives you items that were exclusive to the online Wi-Fi shop. I didn't know the DS one had a Wi-Fi shop. This must be like points or something.
Yeah,
you couldn't put money in.
They're probably talking about the DSi shop.
No, this was a DS game though. Like definitively a DS game.
Oh,
it came out like a year or two before.
Before the DSi was even a thing.
Yeah.
So how would you buy?
It's got to be points in the game that you earned, and you had to use Nintendo Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah, I see
now. And the last one, at least on this list, Pokemon Crystal, has the Celebi event enabled in all regions.
Yeah, I mean, Pokemon Crystal has been the top-selling 3DS
absolutely
game for like ever since the 3DS stopped.
Ooh,
even before the 3DS stopped for a while.
There's something you're not gonna have after the server shut down. Right now, you can move Pokemon from 3DS.
They already said that. That's what I talked about earlier. That bank will, as long as downloaded.
You can pull them, right? Are you still able to upload them?
They said it would be free to use for everyone.
Interesting. I feel like that's more. We want you to get out and put it on home.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying what they did. I've seen. I haven't looked into it much, but they said free to use for everyone. For Pokemon Bank. And then you can buy home for 3 times what you paid bank for.
Mm-hmm. Which is exactly why I'm not moving anything until everything can be put on a Switch game.
You might have to if you want them on the...
That's... Fuck! I haven't even done Alola yet.
Well, better get on that.
Apparently. It's at home.
Yeah, it's right here.
RIP. Alright, well, I think that's going to end it here for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please share us with a friend if you liked us. We post every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.com/StormwindGames. Anywhere that you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Let us know what you think about Elden Ring. Are you picking that up? What about Horizon Forbidden West.
Elden Ring good?
We don't know yet.
Oh, right. Sorry, it leaked.
Oh, of course it
Like
did.
people got copies early.
Um,
Because I remember someone was streaming it and then their Twitch got banned.
Amazing.
And also let us know what you think about the WiiU and 3DS eShop situation. And yeah, with that, we will see you next week for another episode of All Night Gamers. Thank you so much. Hope you have a great week. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.